Good evening. Today I'm deciding to record it live, directly onto YouTube. In this vein, I'm not sure how much time I have, so I'll try and be concise. Today's exercises were exhausting. It was absolutely unreal the amount of exertion that we had to put in with some of the work. In many ways, it was very good, but in some ways, it wore me out too much. I guess that overexertion is bad after the half term. No matter. So to start off with, we had a basic and quick warm-up. This included the pirate game, and it also included one of the old classics from the back at the very beginning. We have to clear the space, go to the sides, go to the center, hug someone, or collapse to the ground, or point to our favorite point in the room, sometimes all at once. Then we dived straight into the work. I was partnered with Lee for the main part of it, which I'm perfectly fine with. I like working with Lee. He's a good solid base. Because the height difference always means for some interesting things. Well, working with Lee, we started working on things based mostly around Pina Bausch and her dance movements, mainly lifting bits and pieces from her the trailer for her new show, not new show, sorry, the trailer for the film about Pina Bausch or for Pina Bausch, one of the two. I will put a link in the thing. Yes. Then we got to work with this sort of catching thing that we were doing. Catching, no, not catching, lifting. Lifting, yes, because there was this one picture in the Pina Bausch trailer that involves lifting, and we decided to start working on that. That was easy enough to do the lifting. I'm fine with lifting. One of the moves did kind of mess my back up slightly, but I should be okay after rest. Um, we then started to work towards again. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm very tired. It's hard for me to recall things now. Throwing. No, not throwing. Catching. Catching. I remember it being catching. I'm sure it was catching. We did the catching next. Um, was it catching? No, we started walking around the space. We started going on a journey around the space. Yes, journey around the space. And then we got back to we went on to the catching. That was difficult. I believe I've taken many a bashing in in the class today, but it's still worth it in my opinion. So it's all fine. But that was good. Anyway, I got the bashings and everything, but in the end, it did produce a rather solid piece. Very elegant in my opinion. We had a very elegant style going on in this part. Um, but then we decided to add Sweet Dreams. Um, the only version of which I actually know of quite well is by Marilyn Manson. And that changed the dynamic completely. It went from being this incredibly elegant thing to being a struggle almost. It was almost like a huge struggle the entire way through. And not just because it looked like a struggle on stage, but at times the performers' voices were struggling. I know mine was when I had to go down on the ground and Lee surfed me. I had to keep on singing, and I found that incredibly taxing, both physically, mentally, and on my voice, which is why you may not be able to hear me at times. Um, yes. Anyway, other than that, we went on to another part where the mics read something, a part of the self-evaluation poem, which is okay, which is good, which is good. Yes, I can't really think of much else. So that's just a basic logging of what happened. And yeah, so until next time, good night, everyone.